It is a research paper published from Harvard University, and they say that the Wuhan pneumonia may have been spreading in China since last September and as early as last August. Dr. John Brownstein, a professor at Harvard University, has been studying the early propagation of the Wuhan pneumonia in China in several ways. Before Dr. Brownstein analyzed and predicted the progress of infectious disease at Chile, Argentina, and Mexico in 2015. Breathing disease cause very unusual behavior in the community. The most typical thing is the number of patients are increasing in hospitals and the number of the parked car in parking lots. This is very simple way to compare photo of hospital parking lots with last year's photos. He was able to expect the first timing of the disease and predict its spread by comparing the time when hospital parking traffic was increasing with the time when disease activity was rising. That's how Dr. Brownstein applied the same method to Wuhan in China. What we tried was to see how busy people's movement and hospital were. If the hospital is busy, then there will be more cars in the parking lot, and the increasing trend can show whether or not the disease has occurred. Dr. Brownstein's team has begun analyzing 350 commercial satellite images taken over the past 2 years in Wuhan. Here's the simple example of how they use it. The picture on the left shows the parking lot of the Wuhan fish market on September 12, 2019, and there were 219 vehicles. However, on February 4, 2020, there were only 10 parked cars after the closure of the fish market due to the corona. Among the satellite images taken from 2018 to 2019, the team has obtained 108 photos of the hospital parking lot in Wuhan. The results of the study were shocking. On October 10, 2018, there were 171 vehicles in the parking lot of Tianhe Hospital, and a year later, satellite pictures showed 285 cars. That was a 67% increasement. On October 10, 2018, 112 vehicles were in the parking lot of Wuhan Tongji University Hospital, but there were 214 vehicles on September 12, 2019. The increasing rate was 91%, almost twice, and the number of vehicles peaked in December. Also, 393 cars were parked at Hubei Women's Hospital on October 10, 2018, but 714 cars were parked a year later. That's a 81% increasement. Also, the paper showed the increasing of the parked car numbers from other hospitals' parking lots in Wuhan. In addition, the researchers considered all factors that could explain the increasing of cars, including possibility of a large meeting, seminar, or new buildings construction in hospitals, and they used only photos taken at noon sunny day. From these multiple sources, the researchers concluded that the increase in the number of vehicles and the increase in the infectious disease were statistically connected and meaningful. In the end, the researchers say that as early as the end of last August, Wuhan is believed to have had few cases of Wuhan pneumonia. That's 4 months ahead of December, when the Chinese government reported to the WHO that the first confirmed corona case had been made. A researcher at the research team said that our team is very familiar with the measuring small changes. We can also figure out the 2 or 3% growth rate of Walmart parking lots, but the situation in Wuhan was not 2 or 3%. It was a very clear increase. Harvard University used another method. When people start feeling sick, they search the internet to see what symptoms they are showing and what disease they have. So the research team started to collect the internet search information in Wuhan. However, the information about the internet search list in Wuhan was more pronounced than the increasing number of vehicles in the parking lots. There is a website named Baidu, one of the biggest websites in China, and in Baidu, search for cough diarrhea has increased. Search for a cough, a respiratory symptom, may be seen as a common seasonal flu, but diarrhea is a typical symptom of Wuhan pneumonia. According to the data, Brownstein's team found that many of Wuhan's confirmed cases had diarrhea, and the number of the people searching for diarrhea in Baidu since August was remarkable. However, the research team said that because China did not provide objective information, they cannot conclude that the August theory is true, and that everything is circumstantial evidence. Also, RS Metrics CEO Tom Diamond, who worked with the research team, said that he analyzed the traffic in the last 2 years at all large hospitals in Wuhan. Out of the last 2 years, The hospital facilities in Wuhan had the highest traffic during the 3 months from September to December 2019. Through this circumstantial evidence, Harvard University said that corona has already begun since last August and September. And if this is true, China's deliberate cover-up has caused the world to inflict unforgettable scars on countless people, both economically and psychologically. John Cohen, former Secretary of Homeland Security, said a new study shows that the corona was likely to have spread from Wuhan to United States earlier than expected. And China's foreign ministry spokesman Hu Changin protested this claim. It is very absurd to conclude this. With car traffic, there are too many conspiracy theories toward China. At the same time, the China used Xi Zhengli, a researcher at the Wuhan Virus Institute, to shift the origin of the Wuhan pneumonia to another country. Xi Zhengli said that corona may have originated from the horseshoe bat, and that bat are living in Myanmar, Laos, and Vietnam, so that countries may be the origin of the virus. So far, the China has named the corona origin, including United States, Italy, France, and Spain. But until now, no other country in the world has agreed with it. For China, where will be the next origin? Be safe.